Hello, this is Fear Dragon coming at you with another StarCraft 2 netcast. Today we have a user-submitted Terran versus Protoss. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it and introduce these players. Spawning up here in the top left-hand corner of Ohana, we have the red Terran player representing, I assume, Team XO Gaming or something. Might be a clan name. Maybe he just loves hearts and kisses. But his name is going to be xOLink. And his opponent spawning down here in the bottom right-hand corner of Ohana, we have the blue Protoss player representing team, or I guess clan, SPC, and that stands for Shinra Power Company. He is going to be sPcKorra. Clearly an Avatar fan, as I believe that's the name of the new Avatar series, Legend of Korra, or something of the sort. And very fitting to have that blue color. I don't know why, but Avatar always makes me think of blue. But anyways, enough of that. We are going to be seeing both of these players engage in that glorious Protoss versus Terran combat. And, you know, I will be expecting some pretty standard Terran versus Protoss build orders. Wouldn't be too surprised to see Korra throwing down that gateway, followed by a Stubborn X core, and then eventually that expansion. One gateway expand, and of course a one Rax expansion coming out of xOLink, I assume. We're going to wait and see whether these players are going to actually deviate from that at all. And we do end up seeing a little bit of harassment, light harassment going down with this probe on that SCV. How many probes does it take to kill an SCV building a barracks is one of the questions I like to ask, although more Terran players like to ask, how many SCVs does it take to build a barracks? I like my question better just because I'm a Protoss player and I really like doing this. But anyways, we do end up seeing xOLink trying to deal with that annoying little harassment. Actually, Korra doing a great job harassing that SCV, and actually even going to try and do a little bit of blockage. Going to force out that Marine to actually come out before he can try and do anything cute by doing some kind of wall off or anything of the sort. And meanwhile, we do see the Stubborn X core going down for Korra. So once again, looking to be a pretty standard looking build. Chrono boosting those probes and making it look like, hey, this probably isn't going to be a 4-gate. You know, you generally don't tend to use that many chrono boosts if you're going for a 4-gate. Now, of course, xOLink is going to go ahead and come in. He's going to be very much aware of the fact that this second gas geyser has not been taken, so he's going to be thinking either it's some kind of big pressure build, or my opponent is going to be going for some kind of one gateway expand and actually plops down a command center of his own. So, going to be looking to be some nice old looking standard play. Zealot actually going to be ignoring this SCV, as this SCV just moves too freaking fast. He moves at 2.81 while the Zealot moves at a measly 2.25, and unfortunately, if you took math, you know 2.81 is a little bit faster. So the Zealot not even going to bother with SCV, just going to go straight over to his opponent's base, see how much damage it can do. And of course, xOLink, you know, he can actually kill this Zealot with 2 Marines if his micro is really good, 3 Marines if his micro is at least okay. And he shouldn't have too much trouble, but of course, sPcKorra could always get lucky depending on how good xOLink's control is. Now we do see the Zealot taking quite a bit of damage, and actually, these Marines actually taking a little bit extra damage. One of the Marines actually already goes down, and now we see the Zealot going to go ahead and have to retreat, but he's going to be happy getting that 1 kill, even if he took a little bit of hull damage. Now the Stalker actually going to be there to reinforce him. Now I don't expect him to be ending the game, but actually, oh my god. There actually is only 1 Marine on the way, actually a second Marine just barely starting. Now we do see an SCV kill. Wow, that is actually a really big deal for Korra, and actually even getting another Marine kill. He's even going to get one of those Marines to half health, so really nice play from Korra. And meanwhile, behind this, he is of course expanding, not really taking this as an all-in. This isn't some kind of big 4-gate pressure. This is just some nice little convenient pressure that he's going to try and put on. And we do actually see he's going to actually be able to take out a couple more of these Marines. Oh my god, he can actually win this engagement with some good micro. He's even going to keep that second Stalker alive, and oh my god, he's going to be able to pick up another Marine. Wow! And xOLink so low on that Marine count, and of course, these Stalkers are going to regenerate their shields. You can see they're regenerating health. These Marines need to wait for those medevacs to actually regenerate health. We need to see some bunkers going down from xOLink, and oh my god, he's just taking so much damage. Now, of course, those Stalkers still have to be very careful. They're so low on health, and just a little bit of an overcommitment will actually spell doom and disaster for sPcKorra. Now, behind all this, we do see a couple of additional gateways going down. It's going to be up to 4 gateways, so you can put on a little bit of light pressure as he decides to start mining from that second, or that expansion that he has over at his natural. And in the meanwhile, we actually see xOLink a little bit behind on his build just because of all that aggression. He had to spend additional cycles building additional Marines, it looks like. And also, it looks like only just now is getting that tech lab out. So he's going to be a little bit delayed on in kind of stim or combat shield research. And oh my god, it looks like sPcKorra looking to put on a little bit more aggression off of these 4 gateways. Now, once again, it looks like he could actually just continue to poke around, and he doesn't actually have to commit anything. But with that Guardian Shield, he's going to be taking a huge reduction in the amount of damage that will be done by these Marines, and some nice little pullback micro, and all the SCVs are going to be forced to be pulled, and now sPcKorra is really going to be getting that economic edge. We see 34 to 31 workers right now, but of course at the same time you have to remember all these SCVs and even the mule not mining right now, and of course Korra is just not done with all this aggression. These SCVs are going to have to be pulled once again, and the Marauder actually getting target fired down just because it will deal the most amount of damage to those Stalkers. Now the Stalkers starting to get focus fired down by those Marines, but the Marine count is heavily dwindling as the SCVs are just not there anymore to soak up that damage from those Stalkers. Now we do actually see 25 workers with 34 workers. And oh my god, the SCVs are just not there to take any damage, and now with that gone, that means all these Marines are actually getting cleaned up by the Stalkers. What is going on, folks? 4 gateway pressure just tearing xOLink apart, and now with these Stalkers in his natural expansion, he's going to have to find some way to deal with this. There are more Stalkers than there are Marines, and that's actually spelled GG without the GG. So xOLink actually leaving the game. Some really nice control by Korra, but xOLink just playing a little bit too greedy, and wow, some really good decision making from Korra, realizing how many units he was able to kill in that early game situation. A lot more than he really should have, and he ended up being able to delay all of Korra's production facilities, able to force him to delay that tech lab as well. So he didn't have maybe as many Marauders as he might have wanted, as well as just forcing all those SCVs to be pulled off and doing that good pullback micro, making sure those Stalkers did as much damage as possible, was able to eventually actually somehow kill off xOLink's army. So go figure, 4-gate light pressure, able to kill off your opponent. That's a pretty good win in my book. Anyways, that's going to be it. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much to sPcKorra for submitting me this replay. And yeah, if you want to submit any of your replays to be casted, or even just replays of your friends, pro replays that you just thought were cool games, go ahead and submit those to feardragon64@gmail.com. I'm actually going to be casting on Tuesday for the underrated team league. Oh, that's a cute little SCV. Actually didn't get caught. But I'm going to be casting for the underrated team league on Tuesday, October 2nd. But you can go ahead and tune in to the first match. That's going to actually be starting on Monday, October 1st. That's going to be at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. And that's going to be 6 o'clock West or Pacific. I'm sure all of you know the time zones well enough to do those conversions for yourself. But of course, I'm going to be doing it on Tuesday night as well as Thursday night. So please go ahead and join me for that. I'm going to have the link to the stream in the description below. Actually, I might just put the TL Team Liquid calendar link instead. That might actually be a little bit easier, as that will include the link to the actual stream. And it'll have a nice little countdown timer, so no complaints there. Anyways, that's going to be it. So thank you so much for tuning in, guys, and I will see you guys next time.